Hello, Knights. You may notice I'm wearing a blindfold.
Sparky, the Knights are over here.
What's that? Over here? I knew that. Anyways, it is great to see you. I mean, hear and smell you. I can tell someone had delicious pancakes this morning.
Sparky, why do you have that blindfold on?
Well, I took your advice and put my freeze on my jokes.
But why the blindfold?
You know my good friend Melvin?
Yes, he's that northern bat, isn't he?
Yes, northern bats are the only bats that live above Arctic Circle. Like all bats, he uses a sonar system to fly around at night. Since I don't have a sonar system, I'm trying to see how well I would do if I were to rely on my hearing and smell.
Can you tell what I'm wearing? What color my shoes are? How many fingers I'm holding up?
Absolutely. I'm just relying on my super sensing ears and nose. I can tell that you are wearing a bright green parka and you have on pink fuzzy socks and you are holding up 11 fingers.
That's amazing!
Thank you. It's a gift.
Yeah, I meant amazing. Every word you just said was wrong.
Are you sure? Knights, did I get them all wrong? Well, maybe I need to work on more of my skills.
Good idea. How about we take that blindfold off?
That feels much better. It's not easy when you can't see.
No, it's not. How about we try something that I know you're good at doing? Could you remind us of our banner verse?
Oh yeah, that's easy. Our banner verse is Ephesians 6:10. It says, "Be strong in the Lord and the strength of his power."
You got it. Hey, Knights, say the banner verse with us. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of his power. Ephesians 6:10. Hey, Sparky, are you ready for something else? I know you can do well.
Sure, I'm on a roll.
Can you help me interpret this fourth riddle? You're the only one I know that can read this, please.
Wow, this seems like a little strange.
Well, what does it say?
It's the strangest riddle I've had so far.
Sparky, what does it say?
Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it could be a joke.
Sparky, please, what does it say?
Oh, it says, "The shield of faith is not found yet. Direct your search for feet so wet."
Feet so wet? That is really strange.
Exactly what I said.
Well, looks like we'll be on a quest for a shield today. The shield of faith.
And to find it, we need to look for wet feet. There are some animals that like to keep their feet wet a lot, like flamingos.
I don't think there's stories about flamingos in the King's book, except maybe on the story of Noah's Ark. There's a lot of water in that story. I'm gonna guess we're looking for a person or people with wet feet.
Well, I know there were people like John and the Baptist who spent a lot of time in the water. Also, the Israelites walked through the Red Sea, but that was on dry ground. How about Jesus washing other people's feet? Their feet would have been wet.
That's true. But if we are looking for a story about faith, I think I know the story we need to read. It's a story about someone who actually walked on water.
On the water? He was walking on the frozen pond?
No, he was actually walking on the lake. I wonder if the royal players can bring this story to life for us. Let's look inside the king's book.
The books of Matthew, Mark, and John all tell about an interesting adventure involving Jesus, his close friends, a boat, and a storm. It all begins at the end of a famous miracle where Jesus fed a large group of people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. After everyone had eaten and collected the leftovers, Jesus told his friends to get in a boat and sail to the other side of a big lake. When they left in the boat, Jesus took time to talk to his dad. We just call that praying. As it got later in the night and the sky grew darker, Jesus' friends were in the boat, in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm. So what did Jesus do next? Jesus didn't need a boat. He didn't need a life preserver. He didn't need a swimsuit. He didn't even need a rain jacket. Jesus just started walking on the water. Jesus walked on top of the lake, in the dark, in the storm, all the way to his friend's boat. His friends thought he was a ghost. Jesus said, "No worries, guys. It's just me, Jesus." So what did his friends do? They were all still very afraid, all except for Peter. He shouted back to Jesus, "Hey, if it's really you, Jesus, can I come out there and walk on the water too?" His friends were shocked. But Jesus said, "Absolutely, come on out here." Peter looked right at Jesus and climbed out of the boat, walking on the water. However, Peter quickly remembered that he was in the middle of the lake, in the middle of a storm, at night. He began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me!" But Jesus immediately grabbed him. As they walked back to the boat, Jesus said, "Why did you worry about the water and the storm? Where did your faith go?" When they walked back into the boat, the storm died down. His friends began to tell Jesus, "Wow, if we had any doubts, they are gone now. You are definitely God's son." And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
That was amazing. It was like we were right here. Did that actually happen?
It sure did. Jesus was able to walk on the water, well, because he's God's son. But when Peter did it, that was truly miraculous.
I can't wait to learn more about this story and find the shield of faith.
Yeah, let's give the Knights of the Castle call out. You know, tonight we're going to armor up with faith. So you're going to want to learn the sign for faith. You're going to point to your head like you're thinking, and then you're going to pull it down to here into a grip. Here and faith. Here you go. Let's do it together. Armor up with faith. Good job, Knights. Do it one more time with me. Armor up with faith.
Looks great, Knights. Okay, now let's start them on their quest.
We're almost ready, Sparky. One other skill all knights need to know is archery. It's a very valuable skill for knights.
Archery, as in a bow and an arrow?
Exactly. Archery is a very important skill for these knights to learn, so let's stand up and practice our form. First of all, you will need to hold your pretend bow in one of your hands. And then with your other hand, you're going to reach behind and pull out your pretend arrow. Yes. And then you're going to aim for one of those lights on the ceiling. Pull back your bows and arrows and let your arrow go. Point. No. Don't point at the other person in the room, at the ceiling. Ready? And let it go.
Wow, it looks like they're already mastered this skill. Now, can we start them on their quest? I need to find out more about the Shield of Faith. Achoo!
Whew, yes, now it's time to go on our quest to find the Shield of Faith. And knights, as soon as you unfreeze tonight, you are going to be able to begin with your castle guides and station leaders. They're going to be with you along the way. So have fun and armor up tonight.
Hey Knights, it's Miss Carrie here with another science experiment. In your Bible story today, Jesus walked across the water. This miracle helped the disciples know that Jesus was in control of the wind and the waves. We're going to do an experiment that will let us see an image of Jesus showing up on our own stormy sea. And for today's experiment, I'm going to ask my special helper, Caitlin, to come in and join me. Okay, what we're going to do is take a piece of paper, and this is an experiment you can definitely do at home with us. We're going to take a small piece of paper, or you can use an index card, and we're going to fold it in half. Fold your paper in half. So you've got a nice line right down the middle. Now, Caitlin, what I want you to do is take a marker and across the bottom of your card, right here, we're going to draw some waves. All right, Caitlin, go ahead and draw a stormy sea. All right, draw a few more waves on there. Perfect. Okay, so you can see at the bottom Caitlin's stormy sea down here. Now what I want you to do is flip your card over and draw a picture of Jesus or a person, any kind of person. And it's okay to draw a stick figure, or you can draw something more detailed, but you just need to have a person right about here on the bottom half of your card. All right, Caitlin, draw your person right about there. All right, great job. So now Caitlin's card looks like this. She's got a stormy sea that's upside down, and she's got a person standing at the bottom. Okay, so we have two pictures here. Can you think of a way that we might be able to see both pictures at the same time? Doesn't seem like it would work, does it? But what we're going to do is take a pencil. It doesn't have to be sharpened, it can be an unsharpened pencil. And we're going to take our card and we're going to tape it to the pencil, just like this. So Caitlin, if you will, tape on each side of your pencil and then one right along there to keep it from slipping. Okay, flip it over and let's do it again. And you want your pencil to be sort of in the middle of your card. So now we have Jesus on one side and we have our stormy sea on the other. What I want you to do, and I made my own, I have a stormy sea here and a picture of Jesus here. And now what I want you to do, Caitlin, pick yours up, hold your pencil between your hands like this and spin it back and forth. And you should be able to see a picture of Jesus on the stormy sea. And Caitlin, if you would go and zoom in so that we can be sure that everybody gets to see this close up. I'll hold it over here. Do we have a nice close up? All right, and you should be able to see Jesus standing on the stormy sea. So how does this work? When your eyes look at something, they hold the image that they see in your brain for just a fraction of a second. It's about 1/15 of a second. But if you look at a new image or a picture of something else during that time, your brain sees both images at once. This is how movies and cartoons are made. Cartoons are actually lots of separate little pictures that are played really fast so that your brain sees one constant stream of pictures. So really, with our pencil and our card, we just made a mini cartoon. Spinning our pencils helped us see an image of Jesus on the stormy sea. When you're in a tough situation, try to picture in your mind ways that God has been helpful and good to you in the past, and that will help you to remember to look for how God is also present in the tough time that you're currently in. Thanks a lot, Knights. Hope you had a great time. We'll see you soon. Hi kids, welcome back to another night. We are so excited to continue this week with Vacation Bible School. Tonight we are going to have a song about earthquake, and it's about Paul in the prison and when he breaks free because God creates the earthquake. So this is going to be a real fun one to do as well, because we're all going to be able to survive the earthquake. All right, so the very first thing we're going to do is we need our drumsticks in our hands, all right? And when we first start, we're going to drum. So we're going to take our left hand and we're going to drum down. Then we're going to cross right with our right hand, cross over, and then we're going to hit again right here. So we're going to do that 3 times, okay? So we're going to take one big giant drum stick right here, right here. Do it again for the second time, and here, and the third time, here and here, okay? Now, once you're here, okay, you're gonna put your drumstick in the air, put your drumstick in the air, and then we get to drum all the way around in a circle, and you're gonna drum, 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 all the way around in a circle. All right, so that's the very beginning that we're gonna start. All right, the first verse talks about fear and the light. So the very first thing we're going to do, all right, is arm up, I'm lying here. We did our arm up, we went around with our drumsticks, and we're going to put our arm up for the night. This is our night, okay? And then the fear is going to creep in, so we're going to slowly creep down like we're afraid, but then the light's going to come out, so we're going to do our light, okay? And it's going to shine through really big, so we're going to make it even bigger, all right? Okay, and then we're going to come down to here, okay? And that's going to be as far as we're going to go with this one so far. So let's try just doing our very first bit with our drumsticks, with our night, with our fear, and we're going to do our light, and we're going to bring it right out, okay? And then we're going to go back through the video this time, and we're going to come back and we're going to teach you a little bit more. So let's try this. Let's get our drumsticks ready. Do it again. One more time. Big drum.
That night when you feel the fear start creeping in, the light that once burned bright is barely flickering.
All right, good job, guys. Okay, so we're here with the light, and it's going to burn and it's going to flicker. So we got to flicker our hands all the way in. Okay? All right. And then after we flicker all the way in, now we need to look. So we're going to look, and now we got to look each way. So we're going to turn, and we're going to turn, and then we got to turn back to the front. Okay, so let's go back to our night. We're at night. The fear is creeping in. And then the light, and it's going to be really big this time, big light. And then we're going to flicker in. And then we've got to look, and we've got to look. Look to the left, look to the right, and then look to the front. All right, let's try that much with the music. Good drumming. Last time. Ready for the night. Now drumming around.
When you feel the fear
Here we
start
go.
creeping in.
Ready for the light.
The light that once burned bright is barely flickering.
Ready to look.
It seems like hope is nowhere to be found.
All right, good job, guys. All right, here we go. And then once we look and we look and we look, it was nowhere to be found. So we're going to need to be like, where was it? It was nowhere to be found. All right. Okay, nowhere to be found. Okay, and then our next little bit, I believe, is we're jumping next, I believe. It's been a minute, but I think I've got it. We're here, and then we're going to have to jump like this to get ready for our earthquake. And when we earthquake, we're going to earthquake 3 times, so you got to be ready. So you got to be ready with your legs and your hands. You've got to earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. And then we're going to push over to the left here. 1, 2, 3. And remember again, earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. 1, 2, 3. So let's try that from the beginning. Get your drumsticks ready. Drumstick all the way around. Be ready for the night.
That night when you feel the fear start creeping in. The light that once burned bright is barely flickering.
Ready to look.
It seems like hope is nowhere to be found.
Where was it?
The only thing to do is shout the name of Jesus.
Here we go. Earthquake.
Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake.
Do it again.
See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake.
All right. Great job, guys. Okay. All right. So after we earthquake 4 times, we're going to drum again, drumming all the way around. Okay. And then we're going to do love. So we do our right arm and our left arm. Okay. And then we're going to reach out with our hand. Okay. Reach out with our hand. And then we're going to come back in. And then we're going to be a prisoner that's going to break some chains. So we've got to have 1, 2, and now we got to break our chains. We're going to break our chains out, and then we got to throw our chains down. Okay? All right. And then we're going to wipe it away. So let's try that much just past our earthquake, and we're getting ready to la 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 with our drumsticks all the way around, so we can start with our second verse.
God is moving like an earthquake. Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like
Ready
an
with your
earthquake.
drumsticks.
See the walls
Gotta be
fall,
ready.
see the chains break. The power of God is moving
Ready?
like an earthquake. once a prisoner, now I'm free.
Throw your chains down.
Sin forever.
And then you're going to break away from sin. All right. So let's make sure I've got that one right, because I mixed that one up just a minute ago, but we are going to get this one right. So here we go. So we are going to go up with love, reach out with your hand, and then you're going to come back, and you're going to throw your hands down, and you're going to wipe it away. Okay? All right. You wipe it away. And then we're going to put on our prison shackles. Then we have to break them free. Then we have to throw them down. And then we have to break free from sin. So we're going to grab our elbows just like this, slide it out. And then we're ready to jump again, because you know what's coming next. We're going to earthquake next. So let's go through that verse one more time, since I mixed up my little steps here. All right. So we're going to go up with love. And then we've got to reach out with your hand. We come back, we're going to throw our hands down, wipe it away. Then we have to put our shackles on, and then we've got to break it free, and we throw our chains down. Now we have to break through with sin, slide it out and free, and we're going to jump because we're ready to earthquake. All right, so let's just try that much, starting with that verse. Remember, we were earthquaking, and then we're going to drumstick all the way around, and that way we're ready for love right here.
Moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake.
Good drumming, here we go.
Your love came and found me.
Remember to
took
reach
me
out.
by the hand. Your grace made a way. Don't
Wipe it
need a
away.
second chance.
Now put your shackles on.
I was once a prisoner,
Now we're going to break free, throw them down, grab for sin.
Forever lost its grip on me, so I will say,
Let's earthquake.
feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake.
Great job, guys. All right, now our last part that we need to know. So after we earthquake, we have got to put our right hand up, because we're putting our hands in the air, left hand up. Then we got to stomp our feet, right foot, left foot, and then we've got to earthquake with 3 poses, okay? So you're going to kind of pose, pose, pose. And then we've got to do it again. Throw our hands in the air, right hand, right foot, left foot, and we're going to pose, pose, pose. Do it again. Hand, hand, foot, foot, and pose, pose, pose. Okay? And then I believe we drumstick again after we do several of the poses. We're going to drumstick around. And you know what comes after we drumstick? We have to earthquake again. Okay? All right? And then at the very, very, very end, we're going to have to put our drumsticks up in the air after we earthquake over and over again several times. So we're going to play the whole thing through so that way we can get all the way through the song. Okay? So remember, we start with our drumsticks at the beginning, and we start with night and the fear creeping in. Okay? And then there's light. Okay, and it comes back in. So just remember that that's the first verse, okay? So let's get ready, get our drumsticks ready, so we're ready to go. Last time. Drumstick around.
That night when you feel the fear start creeping in.
Be ready for the light.
The light that once burned bright is barely flickering. It seems like hope is nowhere to be found. The only thing to do
Ready to
is
jump?
shout the name of
Let's
Jesus.
earthquake.
Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake.
Wipe it away.
Need a second chance.
Put your shackles on.
I was once a prisoner, now I'm free.
Break it free. Throw it down.
Sin forever lost its grip.
Ready,
on me,
jump.
so
Let's
I
earthquake.
feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall.
Okay, you gotta be ready to throw those hands up in the air.
Is moving like an earthquake. So put your hands in the air and your feet on the floor. Let's shake, 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 shake like an earthquake. Hands in the air and your feet on the floor. Let's shake, 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 shake like an earthquake. Hands in the feet on the. Let's shake, 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 shake like an earthquake. Hands in the and your feet on the. Let's shake, 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 shake like an earthquake.
Good drumming. Here we go.
Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. Feel the ground move, feel the earth shake. The power of God is moving like an earthquake. See the walls fall, see the chains break. The power of God
Y'all are doing
is
great.
like an earthquake.
Woo! Great job, guys. Love the drumsticks. You guys did a great job doing Earthquake. Thanks for coming to see us tonight.
Hi friends, welcome to night 4 of VBS. This is Miss Tiffany and Lainey with tonight's craft. Tonight we're making an Armor of God bracelet, and our castle call out is Armor Up with Faith. Okay, so these are the supplies. It comes in a little bag. There's a gray string. There's 2 white pieces that are the clasp of your bracelet. There's light blue, dark blue, and white beads, and there's 3 medallions. One has a knight's armor and boots, shield and helmet, and sword and armor, okay? So we have the 3 things. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get the longer, the bigger clasp, okay? And you're gonna tie a knot and as far at the end of the silver string as you can make. And you'll definitely probably need some adult help with this.
I couldn't tie on a bracelet for a long time because I didn't know how.
Okay, so Lainey's got a knot at the end. All right, and then you're going to get the larger clasp. You're going to thread it with the small end facing down on the knot. And then you're just going to pull it through the knot so you can clasp your bracelet, okay? Then you're going to put your beads on in any order you like, and you're going to add your medallion. I would put a couple of beads in between the medallions to space them out so you can see them really well. But you can put it in any color combination you like, however many, just whatever you choose to do, which Lainey's threading them up. How about a medallion?
I will. I have a pattern.
Oh, we have a pattern. Some friends, you might like to just put them on there any which way. Some friends might be more like Lainey. Lainey likes to do things in a very neat, concise way in patterns. Either way is fine. It's whatever you like.
I can't hold stuff, guys. Okay. The medallions are hard. Okay.
It's
Pretend
fraying.
I have a medallion on there.
Here we go. Let's see. That's kind of fraying. So this is another reason why you might need adults' help. If they have a way to thread it, would probably be helpful. Medallion, ma'am. But don't get frustrated. You might get it done a little bit slower than us, and that is okay. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and bead and thread. And at the end, you're going to add the second clasp piece, which this will connect to the end that you've already done and help you put your bracelet on and off, okay?
So I can't really get. At the end, you'll tie a knot right here, and then you'll do the same thing you did with this clasp.
Well, you'll put the clasp on, then you'll tie the knot
Yeah.
at the end. So let me get it unhooked, and I'll show you how to do that part. And then you can continue to make your bracelet. So after you get all your beads on, you just string it through. and tie a knot, and then you can clip both sides of your bracelet together. Lainey's going to finish working on it. Thank you so much. Tomorrow's night 5, and we can't wait to see you with the craft then.
The disciples saw Jesus walking on the water and thought he was a buoy, a boat, a ghost, or the same fish that swallowed Jonah. A ghost. What is a moat? Water surrounding a castle, a motorboat, a small goat, a very warm jacket. Water surrounding a castle. A drawbridge is a bridge for artists to use, a movable bridge over a moat, a bridge that is drawn in a picture, a bridge used only by fire trucks. A movable bridge over a moat. Thanks for playing!
Knights, welcome back, and well done on the trivia again. Sparky, do you see that the knights have returned with their shields of faith?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Sparky, you know what a shield is used for, don't you?
I do. It protects you from flying objects.
That's right, it's protection. A shield of faith means putting our faith in Jesus to protect us from unhelpful beliefs or thoughts.
Why do you need protection like that?
Well, sometimes words or thoughts cause us to doubt ourselves or even God. Our faith in Jesus can help us keep those words and thoughts away.
What kind of words and thoughts?
Well, one thought is that we don't need God, or that God doesn't love us. But God does love us. God sent Jesus to show us God's love.
But what about faith?
Well, faith is kind of like you in the blindfold that you had on earlier. What if I were to spin you around a few times with the blindfold on?
I would be dizzy and not know where I was. I might bump into things.
And you might get hurt. But that's what I'm talking about. But what if you could hear me giving you instructions, leading you to where you needed to go?
I still might be a little scared, but I would feel better because I know you would help me.
Yes, it's okay to be scared, but we can depend on God to be with us no matter what. It's not the amount of faith that saves us, but it's in whom we place our faith in that saves us.
And that is why our castle call-out is armor up with faith.
That's right, Knights. Why don't we do it together? Ready? Armor up with faith. Great job, Knights.
Let's also say our banner verse from Ephesians 6:10. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power.
Great job, Knights and Sparky. Hey, let's pray before we leave tonight. Thank you, Lord, that you are the one true God. Thank you that you came to earth to save us. Help us to listen to you and hold tight to your shield of faith. Thank you for Jesus. Knights, we're going to welcome you back tomorrow for one more night to complete our armor. We are so excited that you've been with us all week, and we hope to see you back tomorrow night for our final night. Good night, Knights.